next like 3 weeks working. He's gotten a lot of jobs out of town, dude. Whoever his partner is seems to set all that stuff up.
Hey, man. Just talking with Scott Wiley again there just a minute, man. What you been doing, bro? Walking into places and telling them, hey, you'll be the only pizza place. Hey, you'll be the only blah, blah, blah. It's grassroots, man. It's what
really?
he's done to build it.
Oh,
Yes.
well then that's what we're going to do.
He said he's gonna share with us his contract that he has for people signing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oops. Can't find it.
We need that, man. We totally need that. Pull your microphone away, man, so I could have his beautiful face in there too.
The face made for radio.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Charlie.
Can Charlie Harris?
I think so.
Can you hear us, Charlie?
All right, about to start the show. Baby.
I don't want to leave all my stuff. Dude, these things are legit for acid reflux, bro.
Omeprazole?
The stuff you told me about?
Omeprazole?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
That stuff is legit for acid reflux,
You know,
bro.
I don't take it all the time. I don't take it
I
daily.
only take it like once every 2 weeks.
If I feel it coming up, I'm like, boom, boom, go down.
Yeah, it handles
But
business,
they're
bro.
bad though. They're PPIs. They're like something. There's these pumps that are in the belly for like acid and stuff like that. What we're doing is we're shutting those down, so it can't be good long term. I promise
Really?
you that.
Yeah, I don't think it is long term.
No, they
No.
suppress the
But
acid.
the alternative is that you can get esophagus
GERD.
cancer.
GERD and esophageal. Yep.
Yeah. So it's kinda
Acid
like-
reflux sucks, dude,
So,
and I get it
when-
so bad.
When I have mine coming on, the quick fix will be like a Tums or something, but it's only temporary.
Yeah, it's only temporary. But I get it so bad, dude, to where like I can't even sleep on my back. I get it so bad unless I take something like that. So I suppress that stuff as much as. And
Do
I've
you
noticed.
eat late though.
I eat late, but I
Yeah.
also notice when I get it the most is when I jog from
Stress.
working out.
Really?
For whatever reason. No, I get nightmares from stress. I did I didn't have
Dude,
a
I had
doctor
a nightmare
diagnose
last
me.
night.
I did it all myself. I let myself get to the point to where I'm so stressful.
Yeah.
I purposely went to sleep. I did this just like 2 months ago. I told you guys about. Sure enough, I had a nightmare. I turned around the following 2 weeks. I brought my stress down, slept like a baby.
Dude, here was my stress, man, because I'm having such financials and stuff like that.
And
Such
you had a
financial
nightmare
stuff.
too?
Last night I just
Yeah.
had a nightmare, and it was remember Corey who came here?
Uh-huh.
So I had a nightmare that Corey came to the house because he was commissioned to repossess stuff from my house, and he was packing, and I showed up and I pulled my gun on him, bro. I was gonna blow him away.
Wow.
Yeah, because he was taking stuff because like I'm stressing financially, man.
Yeah.
In the house.
Dude,
and
it caused a
stuff.
nightmare. I looked it
Yeah.
up, dude. They said when you're under such tremendous stress, your brain is
Why are
categorizing
you
things
stressing?
in different ways.
Financially.
Financially.
Money.
Oh, not a lot of windows
There's-
going on.
there's
Dude,
not
you live
much
at your
work
mom's
coming
house,
at
so you
all.
ain't got to worry about that. We're all self-sufficient.
There ain't no. Yeah,
You
there's-
know?
Just gotta worry about your ball sack, and that's it.
Oh, the sack hurts.
You know what really sucks?
I don't
about
rub that
sack,
crap
what
out.
really sucks.
Where's my microphone?
Oh. Dang it. So give me the yellow, man.
I don't know why you just didn't sit over there where Reno normally goes.
The
I
Muppet
didn't even
mic.
know. I don't even know.
Now we gotta check this again, man.
Let me turn my phone down. Please turn you guys' phone down. Because
Oh, yeah.
last week, me and Brian, his
My
phone
phone
went off in the middle of our
My
stuff.
phone went off, too. I was surprised about that.
It throws me so off, dude.
Dude, get in your game and don't let something just so easily.
Dude, we got a cool thing from some dude on Facebook, on our Facebook, talking about how good of a job we did.
Well, you should have got. We could have been a better job, but you kept freaking doing the stupidest stuff, dude.
See, I kept trying to throw him off, and he was like, "You're throwing me off." I was like, "You should have studied better."
It ain't about studying. I was trying to get something to pen, trying to get our something across. I had so much data for what I was trying to say, and he just got. It was dumb, dude.
It was an excellent show. Some dude reached out to us on Facebook and was like, "Dude, that was an excellent show you guys did last week." I was like, "Well, I don't know what to tell this guy, dude. If you don't know your info, then you can't talk, bro.
I'm
You gotta
trying to
learn
do
your
something
info.
and you're changing.
You
I'm not gonna be all over the field.
He sat there. He's trying to explain the oneness, and I'm like, "Well, what does it say about?" Go ye therefore and baptize in all in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Like, why you gotta change it on me like that, man?
That's an easy answer, dude.
Well,
You don't know?
My mindset was towards something different. Like, not even about baptism and oneness. It was about being filled with the Holy Ghost.
Okay.
And my whole mindset and data was all on that. And Brock was.
He don't know his info.
I guess
Dude, you
not.
know what I read the other day? If you're going to talk about a topic, they said you need at least a week's worth of information to talk about a topic that you already know about. If it's a topic you don't know about, you need 3 to 4 months
So
information.
why do I need 3-4 months about how to build a house? I built this house for 50 years. That's good enough.
Oh, you have? But you're still living at your mom's? Oh,
Sure
it's
you
working
have,
out. It's working out for you. It's working out for you.
Built this house on rock and roll. Built this city.
We built this city.
It's a good song.
We built this city.
Dude,
on
80s
rock
music was so much better, bro.
Yeah.
What's that?
80s and
That's
90s
the
music.
truth.
What's that?
80s.
I remember 80s music was, punk rock and how it revolved to NWA to, gonna shoot up the cops.
It devolved
That's
pretty
the
quickly.
I mean, it was crazy, bro.
It devolved pretty
Right?
quickly.
Oh, it was wild, dude.
Dude, what?
Dude, it's hard not to listen
This
to rap.
lady
Have you
right here.
listened
This
to
have you
Daniel
guys heard
Trump?
this lady?
No, why?
Dude, she's
She-
got mad
she owns-
sponsors, dude.
she owns-
Dude, she's like 6 to 8 every single day, dude.
6, 7, 8.
Have you guys went to her
hours
web?
every single day?
Yeah, go look at her webpage,
That's
dude.
her
It's
job. That's her
legit.
job.
How you gonna let some girl outdo you? In
So,
She's been on the radio for 30 years.
You bring up a good point, man. Like the websites, we need to look at the websites that are
Mhm.
working and
Yes.
generating.
Do you wanna
so
be
that we
blessed?
can mimic it.
Do you want to be blessed?
Yes.
I tell you what, sell your house. Put it all towards the radio show. No, listen.
I'll tell you what's not happening. I'll tell you what's not happening. The sale of a house that I fought a water buffalo for.
Anybody want to sell their house and pay for the radio company for the?
Tell your mom does. so-
Yeah, tell your mom.
Is that your
to-
truck outside?
My
I'll tell you
truck.
what you
Yeah,
need
the
to
one
do.
that broke down.
I don't
That's
have my
not
truck.
outside.
My truck's not
Oh, it
outside.
looks just like yours. Outside.
Oh, yeah, there's quite a few trucks that look like that.
Those trucks have been breaking down though.
I do want to fix my stuff, dude. I just traded in.
What are you talking that you want to buy like a Tesla?
I want to buy a Tesla
Why? Just curious.
because for the last 40 years, I've had a gas motor truck, and they just always break down. After 150 miles, trucks and cars are built to break down.
So you have to
So
research.
so Tesla is all electrical, and that's still uncharted territory.
Well,
So
batteries,
I would
though.
rather go into something electrical because I already know what I'm getting
You
for
just make
gas.
bad mistake after bad mistake in your
Dude,
life.
you just blew out your same car and you went and bought the same one, dude. That
I mean,
makes
I
no
just
sense.
don't freaking
You just blew
get
out your
it, bro.
motor, dude. You blew out your
Let's get
motor
close.
and went
I
and
don't
bought the
freak-
same
here we go.
kind of
Here
vehicle,
we go.
dude.
Here we go.
Come on, we gonna go.
Oh, here we go.
That to me makes no
Charlie,
sense.
Charlie. Mayday, mayday. Mayday.
Maybe.
Can you help me with these guys?
Be
That's
See, Charlie
true.
knows you
Charlie,
too.
be honest.
This dude said,
Charlie figured you out
I've been
quick."
building my life for 50 years and yet you still have moms.
I know, bro. Remember that lady that tried to defend him?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
She's like, in some cultures, that's what they do.
I was like, dude, I just bit my tongue, bro. I was like, okay.
Mayday. Mayday.
Jesus, man. I'm gonna change my ad.
That
I'm
sounds pretty
I'm
good.
gonna have AI talk.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with what you're doing? That sounds-
Because I'm gonna have AI do it like
don't
all
do AI.
digital.
Don't do AI. You don't own it. It's encrypted. It's not yours.
Well, it's going to be mine. It should be ours.
That'd be a lawsuit.
I use it for
Be a
school all the
lawsuit.
time. My professor was like, "Did you use AI to write that
I
paper?"
thought we were
I'm like,
getting
"No,
rid of
course
this
not."
this guy singing, bro.
Huh?
I thought we were cutting that guy off.
Who? And John?
No, he's talking RN. That's 303-477-5600. Just to let all of our listeners know, it's a new year. We're just letting you know we're the guys' perspective. We focus on guys' needs. That's basically what we do. We can't really help women because we're not women. We focus on guys. And starting now, we're going to do like a community group. So one Saturday, our last Saturday of the month, if you go to theguysperspective5@gmail.com, we'd like you to come in and sit with the guys, and any topic you want to talk about, we're going to cater the show after you. If you want to talk about transgenderism, we're going to talk about it. If you want to talk about the current presidency, we're going to talk about it. If you want to talk Bible, we're going to talk about it. If you want to talk about your lowrider in the driveway, we're going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to, but in order to come on the show, you need to go to theguysperspective5@gmail.com. Send us a message saying you want to be a part of the show, and we're going to bring you on. We're going to build a community. So let's go around the room. Introduce yourself, guys.
This is Andre with Advanced Tech Electric.
I'm Brock.
I'm the janitor.
This is Heath Heine.
All right. Our topic is, how do you build your life as a man? Or what do you guys think about that? That's an interesting topic.
It's an interesting topic because it requires you to create a foundation, right? Do you think, I'm curious, if we had a world without men and we could still populate or procreate, do you think the world would run better? You women out there especially, would the world run better without men?
Good.
Or do men create the foundation of what's up?
Can I
Of
put a
like-
question out there?
Oh,
Throw
Who
it
would
out.
help you as a parent be a better man? Your mom or your dad?
Your dad.
So
dad.
if your dad is not in the house,
Okay. Statistically, you are right.
so then your mom would probably help you be a better man.
Not necessarily. Statistically, there are things where they brought up, and I can look it up. I don't have them with me right now. But a lot of men are, when they're not in that family, that household typically does not do well, especially as the child gets older.
Yeah,
For
and
instance, go ahead.
I only bring it up because my dad left me as a kid.
Mhm.
8? But when he was there, I always did good in school. Always got good grades. But then when he left, I felt free to do whatever I wanted. And my mom had no control of me. So in doing that, I failed. I flunked out of school, hung out with the wrong people. But when my dad was there, that didn't happen. But when he was
Gotcha.
gone, that's when I lived. you
Like
know.
structure wise.
Yeah, of course.
But
of
here's
course.
one of the problems too, though, is anybody who's part of a broken household, whether it be ran by the male or the female left, they're going to be broken. They're going to be working on their own psychology, their emotions, their everything. So how could they possibly give you all that you need as a child? Don't you think? Male or female in a broken house.
So would you say that
Neither one of them could lead well.
would you say that as a person begins to travel in life and begin to build their life, what comes first? Respect, career, religion, or the ability to express yourself? Which one of those
Well,
come first?
It's kind of back to Brian, which what he's talking about is structure. Whether there is structure or is not structure in the household, that's going to be a determining factor for how you begin to build your life.
Well, I think, success, is an ambition, whether you're talking about financial, like monetary wise, or whether you're talking about in school or whatever the case may be. I think for most of us, we want to be successful. We want to be appreciated, right? We want to be valued first and foremost. And that's just my opinion. And then maybe God afterward, because not too many people know God. Some people are agnostic, atheist. They don't know God. So what do they lean on?
But everybody's trying to live a life,
Correct.
whether they know God or not.
Yeah, I think structure is number one, because if you have structure in the house, they're going to lead you. If they have the right structure, they're going to lead you into believing in God. So if your parents have the right structure, they're bringing you to church. You see what I'm saying? So if they're bringing you to church, then you can't have God later or first, because the parents are teaching you to believe in God in the beginning with that structure.
I'd like to say that one of the things pertaining to success, like Brock was talking, in any and all of those endeavors, success is really the ability to get back up and try again. Relationship with God, financial, work, and everything like that. To keep trying.
And listen, people, call us at 303-477-5600. That's interesting. We're talking about a foundation first and getting back up and what makes a man. This, and we'll get back on topic, but I think this goes along with what we're talking about. That gentleman who the ICE came and tried to take him, and he left his 5-year-old boy there and took off running.
Yeah.
How do you think that would affect that kid as he goes through life? You think he'll remember that, even though he's 5?
That kid's going to be the next El Chapo. That happened to you. Be left alone. No.
So I guess what I'm wondering is, once that foundation's built, how crucial is the development of a man's mind at that point? Can a man fail in life because he cannot seem to get his mind in order?
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
absolutely. I mean,
That's deep.
Well, when you think about it, I mean, I think a lot of men in general, when they fall, because it's not an if, it's a when, according
True.
to the Bible, right?
True.
A win.
Well, it
Oh
is.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, but it's getting back up that makes a man righteous or a woman righteous. But when a person falls, I'll tell you what, sometimes that fall can affect you in your future, because you're always looking back at the past, right?
Yeah.
Wishing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
think about how many men have failed, cheated on their wives, or so be it, and the kids want nothing to do with their parent afterward.
So you think that the mental part of a man, because I think a man can rebuild himself, but I think there's steps he has to take,
Sure.
how he presents himself, how he dresses, how he thinks. But if he's always got that mental block of, I'm never going to reach my goals, what would you men say to a man that's listening to us right now who thinks, I can't succeed anymore, I've tried everything and I've fallen on my face? What advice would you three men give them?
That harkens back to one of our episodes, which was talking about imposter syndrome, does it not? Like where somebody, if they can't get past the mental state of failure and shortcomings, if they can't move past that, then how can they move forward toward anything?
Wow.
And I also think too is, biblically speaking, there's always a landmark that was made. There was always a milestone, or otherwise there was a altar that was built. So if we look at it, whenever, in the Old Testament, we look at these different altars that were built, and usually those altars were based on something that God did or something they came through, the children of Israel came through. A lot of times, sometimes when you fall, that's new altar, and it doesn't mean your death or your demise as a human being. It just means that I remember in 1988 or whatever, I had this happen to me, but now 30 plus years later, I'm living good. 40 years later, I've overcome it. Sometimes I think we forget that. We forget that once we fell, and that's okay, but we can't live there. But look how far we've come. And the thing is, if you fall on your face, that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes that means it's just time to pray.
Right.
So why do you think in 2025 men struggle with their day-to-day lives, like providing for their family, building not only a home for their girlfriend or their wife or their kids, but building their own life? Why is it so difficult for them?
What's it say in the scripture? It says that whatever the hand finds to do, do it with all your might. And also, pertaining to like your neighbor and stuff like that, like mind your own business.
That's
Straight
good.
up, mind your
Oh,
own
yeah,
business.
that's
If you're not-
good.
And if we're not minding our business because we're so overwhelmed by all of these platforms and we are moved to try to keep up with the Joneses or be like this or the other, how can we possibly
that's good.
succeed? Because how can we succeed?
And piggybacking on what you said, you know, a lot of these things are unrealistic expectations that are set upon us. When you look at Hollywood, you see all these so-called
Hollywood.
yeah, you see all this stuff going on where they're saying, yeah, this is what it's like on what's that show that you like to watch, Brian?
Pimp My Ride.
Not Pimp My Ride. What's the marriage show? The guy's always getting pimped.
Bachelor.
Bachelor, The Bachelor. You tell me that's real life. You tell me that's the way it really is in romance and how to build a romantic relationship. It's not realistic, you know, and unfortunately that's what we're getting.
And people call it 303-477-5600 because I think when a man is building himself up, he's got to learn a little bit of gratitude, not for what other people do, but for what he does for himself. Like, he's got to somehow get the mindset to say, you know what, I was pretty good at what I did today. Maybe I can do a little bit better tomorrow.
And that's a good point too, because if you're always beating yourself up,
Oh, it's huge.
I mean, it's, you know, when I was doing a lot of Muay Thai, I remember one person told me, you know, just because you missed or whatever, just because you didn't get that routine or whatever the case is, stop beating yourself up. He goes, because that's what you're looking to do. You fight so that way you can fight someone else. Don't fight yourself.
We are
Yeah.
we are our worst critics.
Yeah.
And I think this goes for male and female alike, man, old and young. Is we've got to make sure that we have the not only the mindset but the speech pattern of giving ourselves praise and accolade for the things that we do.
Because if most guys are like me, you look in the mirror and you think, God, man, my bank account doesn't have 7 figures yet. Like, what am I doing wrong? Where have I messed up? What path am I not taking at that moment?
That's one of those speech pattern things. I don't know if you guys caught it, but Brock had said, I don't have 7 figures in my
Yet.
bank account yet.
I like that.
Right,
That's
right.
a speech pattern thing, and by that pattern recognition, then your mind can allow yourself to be like, well, there's the chance, the opportunity.
Yep.
Yeah, because I think where I think men mess up, and this is just me, is we don't have the ability, it seems like, to stand up for ourselves. Like, everything crumbles in front of us, and instead of us saying, hey, you know what, everything's falling apart in my life, I'm going to put a stop to it right now. Whatever I have to do to stop everything in my life crumbling, I'm going to do it at this point.
But most people, you know, get into a cycle, and that's very hard to come out of.
Explain.
It's harder once you have a something that's going on all the time, and you just, you know, you're used to having no money. You're used to having the dead
That's
end
deep.
job. You're just continuing in that cycle.
Well,
You know,
that's
'cause
what I'm saying.
because
How do
before
men
you know it,
get out of that, though?
I mean, are you just existing? I mean, I guess that's
of
the
course.
question.
Wow, that's a strong word right there. You just exist. That's very good.
I mean, you become comfortable with your situation. Why do you think people out here are homeless? Because after a year of doing it, you just become, you know, complacent with what situation you're in.
Wow, this is good.
Yeah.
Call at 303-477-5600. Man, you guys are talking deep right now.
Yeah, what urges you to get up out of the chair, man? The spring that's poking you in the butt. You would hope. I mean, because the hard times are the ones that like motivate you to have to do something.
Yeah.
But when things are just simple and easy, anybody who's worth their salt knows to take advantage of the opportunity in the good times.
Wow.
And I've missed that. I've missed that a couple times in my life.
Tell us about it. Well,
When things were rocking and rolling with the business, there were opportunities. I just missed them to be able to. Starting windshield replacements. I only started it 2 years ago. I should have started it 30 years ago.
Brian, what were you going to say?
I mean, just think about, you know, not speaking ill of anybody, but think about the people that are really extremely overweight, right? The percentage of them are going to continue down eating bad, eating the way they are. But then you get the small percentage of people who are going to say, I've had enough, right? Going to get out of that chair, and they're going to do something about it. and they're going to change their situation, but the percentage is low.
Andre.
Well, I was going to say there's that quote about hard times create strong men create good times,
Yep.
good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times.
Just
Be-
that circle, that cycle keeps
Yeah.
going.
Because it's weird. Because I heard Nick Saban make a comment about hunting dogs and show dogs. Like a hunting dog is a part of a group. He works together. They work together. They're a community for the betterment of their football team. But a show dog is about me. And sometimes I wonder if as men, like you were saying, Brian, like they get stuck in a rut. And sometimes I think they take on the mindset of woe is me, all this always happens to me. Why is it always happening to me and it's not happening to the guy down the street? And that might be the wrong mindset.
So you're saying that it's imperative to have like a group, an accountability partner, or somebody, so that even when you have low times, you have somebody to pull you up and out.
Yeah, you do need a support group.
That's very true, man.
And conversely, when you are real lofty and haughty and heady, and you think you're all that in a bag of chips, they can knock you down. They can say,
Oh
no, you
my
didn't come with
God.
a bag of chips, but
People call at 303-477-5600. This is good. This is good conversation.
Oh, yeah.
because I want to say one thing, like, okay, so like success and failure, right? What about these people who succeed in capacities that really end up being detrimental to life? Child star actors.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Seems
yeah.
like success, doesn't it?
Right.
Right.
Seems like success.
And it always
But
goes
look
bad.
look at the fallout. Look at the fallout that happens afterward.
Well, let me ask you, that's funny you just said that. Do you think people that win the lottery, do you think there's like a lot of them that regret taking in all the money they get? I would think that they would make you happy, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because you read certain things of like how this person wishes they didn't obtain that. They wish they were back to their own, you know?
I know one thing. Jim Carrey said, I wish that all of you could have the fame and success that I have, so you could see it's not the answer.
Right.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Andre.
And you know, the other thing too is what do you build your foundation on, right? I always allude to the four-legged chair. You know, once you start knocking out one of those chairs, eventually, you know, if all three of those legs go away, like let's say it's your money, your finances. I'm sorry, your finances, your family. You know, I mean, what do you do?
Spirituality.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, spirituality.
Now you're just sitting on one stick.
You're just sitting on
Instead
one
of-
leg, right? And what's that leg based on? What is that thing that's going to pull you out?
Wow.
Yeah, but, I mean that's a good point that you're bringing up, because like if one leg goes out, you know, out from underneath you, like a family member, you should be preparing for that, like inside, right? Don't you believe? You should be preparing yourself mentally before it occurs. You know somebody close to you is gonna die. You know that's just the way of
Well-
life. Your mom's bound to die. Your girlfriend's bound to die. Or so forth, right? You
Yeah.
should be preparing yourself mentally, so when
Well-
it comes along, you're able to stand.
Well, and to couple with you there, B, it's a lot of times, I don't know if you guys caught yourself with this, but somebody will talk about something like loss, but it doesn't resonate with you until you've experienced loss.
Yeah.
That's
I
funny.
don't know that there's a way to prepare.
That's
Excuse me.
funny you
Right.
guys are talking about that, because my next question was, as men, we have to learn to welcome responsibility, because there's so many times we're in a situation, for example, money.
That's good.
Like a person passes away and we don't have any way to afford a funeral because we were out spending our money on dumb stuff. Like maybe we wanted a new snowboard or we wanted a new
Living-
truck or what, instead of storing. You
living
know
for
what
the
kicks
moment.
under my mind? It says look to the ant. I don't know why I keep thinking about that, but seriously, those dudes are storing up.
Yep,
I
store
mean,
up, you
nature
sluggard.
itself tells you that stuff,
right.
but us as human beings seem to have. I would say I don't have a number, but if let's say there's 5 million people here in Colorado, I would venture off to say 3 million of them got zero in their bank account in the savings.
Probably more.
You think more?
Probably more. Most people are just paycheck to paycheck
Yeah.
and don't even
Credit
have
card, yeah.
$1,000.
That's scary. That's
Yeah.
scary to think, man.
Yeah, you're right. Because when you think about it, just because you have the money in your account, what is that credit card balance holding? You know? I mean, technically, it's a negative against your account. Right?
Technically,
Oh, yeah.
it's a negative. Yes.
Yeah,
This is why things like for all their communal efforts and stuff, things like GoFundMe's are thriving in an industry like in our existence because most people are ill-equipped or not prepared at all for disaster.
Oh yeah.
And listen,
I'm-
people, we're talking about building a foundation. We're talking about what builds a man. What steps does he have to take? Call in at 303-477-5600.
Yeah, I'm the first to admit. I mean, I was so foolish with my money for what, the last 20 years? I had a cush. Living with mom, great job. I should have been putting, $40, $50 away for the last 20 years.
Wow.
And easy.
$43.
Oh, I would say the last 25 years, I should have been having $50, $100 a month saved. I could have had $100,000 by now.
How easy would it have been to put away
Easy.
100?
I mean, easy.
Okay, how easy would it have been to put away 1,000 a month?
That would have been a little.
Okay.
That task would have been a little difficult.
But here's what we're talking about. Like, it's got to be a shift in our minds. That's the problem with men.
But that's
is
the problem. That's the problem. See, I didn't realize how important it was until it became important. But it
Wow.
was too late.
Wow.
So I didn't really see it as important because it was cush. I was living with mom, had no bills. But now it comes up, rent's through the roof. The bills, the groceries, and so forth. And now I look back and I'm like, dude, I should have been saving money for this time and purpose in life.
People, this is good. This is real talk about. We're being real men right now. This is transparent
How to
stuff.
live a life.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, what does success mean? I mean, it means so many different things to different people, really.
Right.
When you think about it, some find it in wealth, some find it in just being a good, father or a good husband or whatever the case may be. So I think also we need to define that area too. Is what makes you a success. Just because you don't have the money doesn't mean you're not successful. Let's just be real,
True.
right? Because there's men out there that feel like complete, utter failures because they don't have the money in their bank account. They feel like the trains are already left the station because, because...
No, he's right with
No,
that.
oh, yeah,
You're
of course,
absolutely,
yeah, oh,
because
yeah.
the worst thing a man can go through is not having money to provide. Dude, when you got that 4-year-old that wants a new bike and you have to look your kiddo in the face and say, hey man, I can't afford it.
Yeah.
That's a hard task, dude, especially when all their friends have got one. I guess it comes down to, let me ask each one of you guys this, and we'll even open it to our listeners. You can either call, we got 3 minutes left, or tell us on the other side at 303-477-5600. What is the one thing in your life right now you are most grateful for?
I'll tell you what, being self-employed or running my own business.
Huge.
And the reason why is because I'm the boss. If I don't make anything, that's my fault. And the nice thing about it is I don't have to rely on someone else. You, my customers, are my boss, really, when you think about it. And it's up to me to foster that relationship. It's up to me to create more growth. And sometimes when you work for somebody, you're allowing them to dictate your life. Whereas, when you have your own business, you're creating the wealth that, you're able to gather yourself. And that feels pretty powerful in my opinion.
Yeah.
It really helps out.
I would have to say church. I'd have to say God first and foremost because anytime hard problems come,
Sure.
any situation shows up, I have somebody to call on that can help me, lead me, and
Yes,
guide
sir.
me in what she has done.
Heath.
Amen.
I guess it would be health and physical ability, man. Like that's something I'm really grateful for. Breath in my lungs and all 10 fingers, all 10 toes. You know what I mean? So, because then I should look at that as such a blessing when other people with less have achieved more.
Oh my God. Have you guys saw that? Like, I don't know where I saw this, but it's coming to my mind now. I saw a person, they were looking out to the street and they were like, man, I wish the person they were looking out on the street was in like a wheelchair or
the
something.
guy
They're
in
like, I
the
wish
wheelchair.
I could be like that.
walk.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
person with wheelchair is like, I wish I could walk, and then the other person to bus up was like, I wish I could have this and that.
Yep.
It really makes you wonder.
Yeah. No, I agree, but getting back to what you said, Brian, about God, at some point in our life, I think all of us have to come to that realization that, look at jails, for instance. What do they have in there? Bible studies, prison ministries, etc. Because sometimes when you go through the lowest of the lowest, when you've lost your family, when you've lost your finances, when a judge is dictating where you're going to sleep and eat, most people will turn to God in that instance, right? I agree with you.
And I think that's why sometimes hard times come in people's lives, because if you're walking the road that you shouldn't be walking, you've completely abandoned your faith, abandoned church, you're living your life however you want. The bad time comes to realign you to where you actually need to be and what road and path you should.
Self-esteem within inside of ourselves. In 2025, because there's so many things coming against our minds.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a bombardment on our minds. You're either not making enough money, you're not being successful, you don't love yourself enough, you're not going to be good at this, you're not going to be good at your career, you're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a non-stop date. Listen, we're the guy's perspective, we talk to men. We don't know about a woman's situation. And on the other side, we're going to continue this. Hope we hear from everybody. God bless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this show.
That's good, guys.
This was really good.
It was flowing really
Oh,
good.
yeah, that's all really good today.
Yeah.
Really good.
Dude, I want some women to call, though.
You do?
I don't.
I only
want
have
guys
one
to
woman.
call. I want guys to call.
You think your bro's going to call?
You keep
Oh,
talking-
he loves it, dude.
You
loves
keep
it.
talking about always having guys. You can be gay soon.
No, the reason why
We
is
should
because
bring that up, bro.
I keep thinking about
Our gay couples?
guys, I keep thinking about what Andre Reno kept saying. Who are we?
Right.
Are we getting away from who we are of trying to help men, and now we're helping women? Like, who are we really?
Yeah, but at the
It
end of
makes
the
you
day-
wonder.
Is the View
it's
just
hard.
helping to try to help
Yeah,
women?
just women.
Really?
View?
100%. Yeah, listen
Oh,
to them. That's
okay.
all they do.
I have a
to,
hard time
to
with that.
view just be
I've
trying
not
to
even
talk
seen
about
it.
women, bro.
They're
I've not
just
even
gonna do
seen it.
with men.
I mean, we can do whatever you guys want to do.
Sounds
I just
political.
keep thinking about what he's saying. Like,
Mm-hmm.
are we deterring ourselves off the
Oh, we're
path?
almost up, guys.
Oh, see, dude, these ones.
Charlie, you listen to the show. What could we have done better right there? Okay. 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 Will do. That's really good. That's good. That's really good.
Thank you, Charlie.
Really good.
Mm.
Okay.
Charlie,
Okay.
That's-
Charlie's staring at me.
That's a good start, Brock. What Charlie just said, man.
That was really
to lead,
good.
To lead back in is distraction is the enemy.
That's good. That's good. That's very good.
That
Yeah,
is good.
let's go on to that. Yeah.
Distraction. Thanks to God in the booth, distraction is the enemy.
That
if
is
you don't have
very
focus,
true.
if you don't have centralized
That's really
focus
good.
on what
That's
it is,
really, really good, dude.
Yeah.
Didn't think anything about that. That's very good.
Switch.
How's everybody doing today? This is the second half of the Guy's Perspective here on KLZ 560 AM. Every Saturday from 2 to 3, we're on the air. Call us at 303-477-5600. And you can talk to guys. We're talking about how does a man like build his life and cultivate his life. And it was interesting. We ended in we're talking about distractions, like men get so distracted from what they're supposed to be doing as a man, like
The goal.
the goal. That's perfect.
What about the meaning?
Oh, being
Behind the goal,
distracted.
the meaning behind the goal?
Yeah.
That's a really good question right there. I would think the meaning behind the goal is this right here: to cultivate essential life skills such as maintaining your home as a man, learning how to cook as a man, taking care of finances as a man, and just presenting yourself as a true man. And because we learned we're all the modern men here, we're no longer, at least according to our show and according to what it says, we're all the modern man.
You know, it makes me think of guys in in biblical times. Obviously, all times are biblical, really. When you think about it, we're in it too. But harken back to like David or anything like that. Musician. He was a warrior, a father, a husband, philosopher.
Yeah, he was.
He was a
Poet.
Renaissance man when you think about
Right.
it.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So I think that's back to those like a chair with the four
Legs.
legs and stuff, that we have to do that in life. You have to make sure that you have several things: spiritual, financial, emotional, relational.
When does a man, after the foundation has been built, whatever foundation he takes, whether it's spiritual, financial, mental, when does that man become the person, or when does he find his higher purpose?
I think when you find balance,
That's really good.
when there's balance in your life, where you're not, hyper spiritual, seeing a devil in every picture or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be, or that when hard times come, it's a sign from God. I mean, it's good balance for everything that we do in this life: balance with family, balance with God, balance with finances, etc.
I want to like quote somebody. This guy Propaganda. I've probably said this before. He's like a rap artist, a poet, and he talked about his dad. And his dad had been through 4 or 5 marriages, and he asked his dad for some advice. And his dad said, he was a war vet. And he said, "I couldn't get past the bombs, son. Either the ones that neither killed me or the ones that didn't come." And he needed to be present, and that's the most important thing, is that we're present. Like right now, we're all present. We're with one another.
Do you feel like
see
you
it.
found your higher purpose in life?
Do I? Whew. I'm still searching, man. I obviously I've been running side to side with Windshield Repair as a leader, a business owner, and I've been doing the acting, and obviously my relationships. So
Hey, Hank, how's it going? Talk to us, man. No, we've never heard of it. We've never heard of it.
No, I've never heard of it.
love
Oh,
it, man.
we've
Dave,
all followed his
Hank,
thing.
Yeah.
Hank, Dave Ramsey helped me and my wife get out of $200,000 of debt following
Wow.
this plan, bro. Yeah.
Hank, I got a question for you because you sound like an older man who's got it together.
Bro.
You sound like an older man who's got it together. What would you say is emotional strength for a man? What would bring a man emotional strength?
What's that?
Tell me.
Wow, that's
Because
huge.
if you don't have a goal, and biblically speaking, if you don't have a vision, the people will perish. One thing I would appreciate, with my pastor is that they always created a vision for the new year. What aren't we doing in our lives when we're not creating a vision for our family, for our careers, for our spiritual walk, etc.?
Another thing, did I hear him right? Did he say once you start getting money in your bank account, it brings you power, like
He did say that.
relief?
Yeah, he said that.
That is true. Dude, that's biblical right
It
there. It is. Success brings power.
Yeah, see, I try to set goals for myself, but then doubt sets in, and then what it's going to take for me to reach that pinnacle, to reach my goals, and then it seems overwhelming. So then I just let it all fizzle out, and I let it flutter, and
Never
before you
tr-
know it, I'm not even chasing my
never
goals.
tried.
So let
Not
me ask
even
you.
trying.
So let me ask you this: is success different than ego? Then at that point,
Success and ego.
I think
they're separate. They're separate.
I think they are separate too, because
separate.
but some people's ego make them successful, and some people's egos cause them to fail.
Oh, that's
But
deep.
I want to harken back to the book of Hank 1-3. He said that with doubt, how do you overcome doubt? And it's accomplishment.
That's exactly what he said.
So then you give yourself a couple of tasks that you can take on and win and succeed.
Yeah.
for
Make,
sure.
make breakfast for yourself.
Right. No. Because I was reading a book the other day, and it slipped in my mind. But it's something about like time management, and that's just what it said. It said set goals that you can achieve. Because if a goal is too hard for you, you won't chase it. So like you said, if your goal in the morning is to make breakfast, what you should do is that night before set the pan on the stove. So when you wake up, you see it.
So I read this book, by Admiral William H. McRaven, and it's called Make Your Bed. And the
yes.
premise,
My
have you
goodness.
guys read that? The premise behind it is if everything else fails that morning, at least you can come home to a bed that's been made.
That's
So you've already,
that's true.
You've already accomplished.
You've already accomplished.
Wow.
Yep, first thing in the morning.
That's funny we say that because I'm huge on making my bed.
Me too.
My dad was in the military. Listen, most people, you're never going to meet my dad. You know what I'm saying? But he was in Vietnam for 8 years. It's so ingrained in him to make his bed as an old military man. Right when he gets up, that bed is made. Like, he don't go take a shower. He don't put on deodorant. He ain't blowing a fart. That bed's being made, bro. He's making that. This old military man's got that stuff down pat, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm listening to what all you are saying, but I've seen the other side of the spectacle too. Like
Okay.
I've seen people that were driven, that had such success, that had all the money, that traveled the world, right, and ended up getting married, right? Bad circumstances in the marriage led into a divorce, which in return led them into losing everything that they strived for 20 years. Now they don't have a house. They lost all their money, living with somebody else. So it's like, okay, you can have a vision and you can go chase these things and be successful, but in a moment's time you could lose it all.
But they can
also.
get back up also.
Yeah.
Oh, how easy it is to win $4 or $5 million back if you've earned that over the last 20 years to gain $4 or $5 million. You act like it's just coming every day though, bro.
It's a mindset. That's what we're talking about. Once a person fails, they have to pick themselves back up.
So I got a question for you, Brian. What do you define it? I mean, because when I hear you, it's just like you're basically saying, never try, never fail. Does that mean, is that okay? Is that a good mindset for people?
No.
Then
I
what
think
is-
I'm speaking to
People
my...
call that 303-477-5600.
I see what you're saying, and I feel like sometimes I say that to myself so I don't take that step. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like I'm saying that
Are
to
you-
you to stand firm by what I believe, but in retrospect,
How
it's
has
probably
it
I'm
worked?
speaking to me.
How has it worked for you?
I'm still living with mom.
Are you are you afraid of success? Are you afraid of success?
That's
and what
good
that
because
might
some
be?
people are afraid of it.
It's true.
That's that.
true.
And listen, people, we
So-
haven't talked about that on our show yet, but that's a show we're going
why-
to eventually talk about. But
It's-
there's some people who are afraid of success. They
Well,
are.
it's why I never made it as far as I had thought I would as like an actor, because I was afraid of the success and how it would bring me to like P Diddy parties and stuff, and I just didn't want to go.
Guys,
You know.
listen. Okay, so then let me ask you this: what does it mean in 2025 as a man? The foundation's been built. You know what you want in life. What does it mean to you, a handshake? Does a handshake still even exist?
Since COVID, no.
No, I'm saying, is your word a handshake still, or is that a thing of the past?
Yeah, if I tell you I'm going to be somewhere, and it doesn't even, we don't even have to handshake. If I say in a text or on a call that I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to be there. I've learned to have separation. My yes be yes and my no be no, and try not to be in the middle there.
So that's integrity, kind of what
Integrity.
Hank was alluding to. And that's where we
How hard was it for you as men, or just men in general, to get to that point to where you just have to step back every once in a while and say, I got too much on my plate,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
That's a
and
good
commit
point.
to something.
You actually have to know when to say no. And sometimes we are overcommitted, especially in churches, and sometimes, and not to mock anybody or to put anybody down, but there's a good point where, even biblically speaking, Moses, was given his stepbrother had to come in and
Aaron?
Aaron had, or not Aaron, but
his father-in-law,
Jethro.
Jethro.
I'm sorry, the
his name was.
Jethro principle, where he basically had to come in and say, "You're doing way too much. Let's take the load off." And
No,
I think
that's
that's
good,
where
yeah.
we got to balance things out.
Because there's nothing
in
wrong
harmony.
with being a guy and saying no.
Yeah, but
Like,
what about a guy like me who always wants to please somebody? Like,
And that's
I want to be the
to a
good
fault.
guy to you. So if somebody asks me, yeah, it's to my default. But on the other hand, I've been that way forever. So if somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, I need you here, I need you there," whatever it be, I want to be the good guy because you're putting your trust in me. Yeah, I'm gonna be there, but knowing I might not be able to make it there.
Listen, people, this is really good conversation. Call at 303-477-5600 because there's nothing wrong with being a guy and saying no.
Boundaries.
Oh, my
Yeah.
Boundaries. That's when you got to have well-established boundaries.
Yep.
Just like what Heath said, if I can't be there, then don't say you're going to be there. And it's okay, like Brock was saying, it's okay to say, no, I can't make it this time. That way at least someone can plan it out. But if you're getting to the point of exhaustion and you can't even take care of your family or your finances, what good have you become? Basically people pleasing.
Right.
It's not really good.
Because it's all right to tell somebody, if you have, listen, people, and I don't know who's listening to us that's got $50 million in your bank account, but it is all right to tell your family member, no, I'm not buying you that new car.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine. But the problem with men is, I think, like Brian said,
Pride.
not even pride. I think we want to help people to make us, maybe it is pride, to make
is
us
pride,
feel
bro.
good.
It
Yeah,
is.
I guess that's
It
what
is.
it comes down to.
It's a lot of times it's pride and ego. I've done this in my life many times to a fault, where I would help in capacities that I probably shouldn't have, because it was detrimental to the person I was helping, and then detrimental to me. And so it's like casting pearls before swine. There's a right time and a place, and if you don't move in the spirit and have the spirit tell you when to do or give, then it'll probably be detrimental.
Brian.
But with that being said, why, when you said it's okay for a man to have $50 million in his bank account and not, say no, why is it that people with less money seem to help people more than the people with the money?
They don't have control.
Yeah,
They
and
don't-
I
they-
think
they don't have-
they don't understand
They
finances.
don't understand money. They don't understand its purpose.
For sure.
And then when they have it, easy come, easy go.
Because when you don't understand money,
But-
when you don't understand money, you make bad financial decisions, dude.
I got one. It's the parable of the unjust steward. Remember, it was called to that steward to account for everything that he had, right? And what did he do? He called in everybody who's like, "Hey, Andre, you owe $8,000. Go ahead and give me $4,000." And then to Brock and on down the line, he was
Yeah.
cutting everybody a deal. And why was he cutting him a deal? Because he didn't know what he was going to be able to do when he got out of that position and he was trying to pad it so that they would take him in for food and clothing and shelter and all of that.
People, we got 9 minutes left. 303-477-5600. And the last thing I'm hoping we're top on is self-reflection. When, after everything, after a man has been built, he's now in his 40s, his 50s, maybe even his 60s. Does he start to regret decisions he made? When does he start self-reflecting on himself?
I think psychology says around the 50s we start to do that, and even up to the 60s. But, in fact, that's where a lot of men in that age range tend to fall into a deeper depression, because they start to reflect. But the problem is that's where you got to take care of your mental health. And I think men do not prioritize mental
Jesus,
health.
that's good, man.
We
That
just don't.
is so good. Say that again, man. Say that was really good.
About
right?
prioritizing
Yeah,
mental health.
say
Yeah,
that.
we don't prioritize our mental health. That's what men are always the fixers of a relationship, but yet we don't take care of our own issues, and that's the problem that we run into.
Because I deal with that daily. I
Yeah.
sit back and I self-reflect, like, Jesus, why didn't I make that step to do 8? Listen, I might be an engineer, but just because I'm an engineer doesn't mean I'm the smartest tool in the shed, dude. By no means am I, because if that was the case, I wouldn't sit there in my bed at night and self-reflect about all the stupid decisions I made by not with money.
I think there's some wisdom in that, but it's about not leaning all the time on that, basically brooding over that, right? Sometimes you just gotta just own it and just move on.
That's good. What do you guys think about self-reflecting in your 40s, 50s, 60s?
I think it can be detrimental.
Why?
Why can it be? Because then I think it could bring condemnation. It could bring,
What if you've done great things in your life?
Well, I'm
Yeah,
well, yeah,
because,
but-
because it goes both ways.
No,
You either
yeah.
do good or bad.
Yeah, but in my life, then it's just going to be bad because I made so many bad mistakes.
All right, you got them out of the
Over.
way now. You got
And
them
it's
out
like
of the
it's
way.
like you never learned your lesson. Somebody told me a story a long time ago about if the Lord makes sure you pass it the first time, so you don't have to take it over again. And it seems like I just took the test over and over.
I just
and
don't
over.
believe the Lord works like that.
Yeah,
No,
I
he
don't
does.
believe-
I don't.
I believe
He
life.
tests
I
every-
believe because I've heard you guys say it. What's the Genghis Khan saying that you guys say?
That you're the wrath.
Being that.
Say it again.
Basically, that he's the wrath that God put upon the people.
Yeah.
There you go. He's the
like,
wrath that God put upon.
I am the hand of God.
I am the hand of God coming to execute judgment on some people.
Yeah.
I think the way it works is I think in life, men fall down. Either you become successful, fall down, or you fell down, then you become successful. And as you're sitting there self-reflecting, I think self-reflecting can be a good thing. Dude.
Look at
Yeah.
falling and being tested is two different things.
What's the difference?
Hold on.
Falling down is falling down to temptations.
I have
that you
been in
have.
college
We're talking
nonstop,
about
and when
testing.
I flunk a test, that's falling to me.
No, that's not falling. That's
That's how I feel when I'm in
being
school.
unprepared.
Oh my God, that's being unprepared when I get an F on a test.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
I'll
say
tell
you
you what,
didn't
there-
study
there's-
enough. You should have
there's,
stayed off your phone.
It's just
Isn't
like
there-
it's just
I
like you
think
guys-
I've fallen on my face when I get an F and not an A.
Well, it's just like you guys have said, money is something that needs to be learned, money management, right? If you don't have the money in your account, you haven't managed the money well because you haven't learned how to do it right. Just like you alluded to, Brian. But
So-
now you recognize it, like Heath said, and that's where we start to become self-aware.
See, and
know?
that's where I'm hung up. Like he's saying that falling down and being tested and not passing is two separate things. I look at it as the same thing, or am I wrong?
Wrong.
I
Not
don't.
always.
Okay,
but you
say
could use.
no.
I'm saying you could use your falling down as
A test.
as a test of preparing you to not make the same
So-
mistake.
So when does God test a person then? Or when does life test a person?
Well, I can't answer that. I mean, I think on a daily basis, we're tested, right, according to the Bible. But with that said, I've always said that just because you fail doesn't mean you're a failure.
Right.
Just because you fail doesn't mean that you have to stay down.
Yeah.
In fact, according to the Bible, a righteous man, no matter how many times they fall, they get right back up. And that's something that we need to teach our young.
Yeah, that's good that you
Get
just.
back
I
up.
was just about to say that. The guy that falled 7 times and got back up, what did he call him? Righteous.
Righteous.
So then if the dude fell down, isn't that him failing a test? Didn't he
Probably.
fell in his test?
I was going to say too, I don't know if it's a book, but it's about falling forward, learning to fall forward.
That's good.
Which is almost expecting the prepare for the worst and expect the best, or something like that, like so that you can make sure that you learn something out of it. Like, that's the success. The success is learning after that.
Because
Yes.
I don't believe any man. Listen, man, this is just me. I could be wrong. We got 3 minutes left. Call at 477-5600. I do not believe there's a man on this planet that has not fallen on their face countless times.
Yeah.
How could you? Elon Musk's the richest guy in the world, and I read his stuff 24/7, and he talks about almost going bankrupt all the time, dude.
Shouldn't we, in addition to falling forward, shouldn't we also fail often, or something like that?
Because how
Like,
do
we
you
should be
grow
if we're not
otherwise?
failing
My
often,
perfect-
we're not trying enough.
Exactly.
Hey, my perfect
Exactly.
example is Thomas Edison. He didn't make the
1,000.
light bulb 1,000 times. Is he falling?
I think he
No,
did
bro.
fail every time he
He's
messed
not-
up.
That
The
was a
same with the
failure.
Wright brothers when they didn't fly the first
That's
time.
a failure.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No,
Every
he-
time you fail.
Abraham Lincoln was a great example as well, as someone who was considered.
God, I wish
by
we had
most
more time
a
with this
failure.
guy.
But look,
I
he
think
became
that's
the president of
failure,
the United
right?
States. He became the president of the United States, but look how often he failed
Failed.
before that.
Yeah.
And people, we will get more into this. I wish we had more time. We don't. But
for listening.
And we have a call.
yeah.
Thanks,
so,
Hank. Yeah, maybe we could catch us.
Oh, can you let him come through for 1 minute?
No.
I don't think we have enough
Okay.
time, but we can
Yeah, we'll
talk
talk
to
to
you
him.
off air.
Put him on the phone.
Yeah.
Okay, we have somebody.
We're gonna
Well,
talk.
anyway, what
Hank,
we're
thank you
saying,
for calling.
what we're saying is that when people fall down and they make mistakes, I personally believe that. How's it going?
Oh,
Okay. Okay. We've
we're
got a
just
call in.
learning
We
what to
gotta-
do here, people.
Okay, so hop on the phone. All right, bye. Hop on the phone, Andre. Put him on speaker right here.
All right, I guess we're wrapped out.
Dude, I think you're still.
Put him on.
Dude,
No, just answer the phone.
oh, we come in there
Oh.
and talk to him.
Okay, go in there and talk to him, Andre. Okay. I will.
I gotta get it.